Alright, we finally got ourselves a base, and that base will be busy with researching a whole backlog of technologies for a while. So, what is the next problem to tackle? Well, our coal mine is struggling to keep up with demand, as it needs to feed the power plant, the furnaces and the plastic. In fact, the first furnaces are starting to fail, so let's work on reducing our coal usage by switching to a cleaner power source. Now that we have launched the rocket and have gotten the Steam All the Way achievement, we are finally allowed to place solar panels. I am producing 1000 solar panels, which can supply the base with up to 60 megawatts during the day without any coal consumption. We are also making 800 poison capsules, which we may use on the more scarier of the biter bases out there. Now, poison doesn't harm the nests, but they can work great as a first strike to take out the dangerous behemoth worms. The solar panels are done, so let us get to work on placing them. And by us I mean the bots, of course, not me. I will be supervising. Yeah, great job guys, continue as you were. We won't go overboard on the expensive solar panels, as at some point we'll just switch to the cheap and clean nuclear power, but at the moment both the technology and the uranium patches are still quite far off. And pretty soon, enough solar panels are placed to shut down the steam engines completely. Well, until night falls, that is. We don't have accumulators just yet. But as Northeast seems to orbit around a double star or something, it is daytime here like 70% of the time, all of the time. So even without accumulators, the solar panels will be a great overall coal and pollution saver. And soon we have the full 60 megawatts 1000 panel solar field set up, which will now take care of at least 3/4 of our electricity production. Let's celebrate that by upgrading our personal armor with the Mark II shields. Oh yes! These shields have thrice the hit points of our old Mark I shields, which hopefully means that future combat will be a whole lot less exciting. Yeah, sucks to be you, viewer, but I've had enough of close call combat and I want to progress to the being OPSF stage of the game ASAP. And yes, we are going to test out these bad boys right now, together with our Mark II batteries and the brand new shiny poison capsules. Let's go! This nest would be pretty dangerous to take out in our conventional way, as there's a whopping 4 behemoth worms flinging their near insta-killing acid around. Let's see what the poison capsules can do against them. We still need to draw out all the mobile enemies though. It doesn't really help to throw poison capsules on them, as the endgame biters have way too many hit points to take significant damage from the poison. But the worms, they are a different story. Unlike the biters, they cannot escape the lingering poison cloud, and poison is not just a status effect in Factorio. Instead, each poison capsule stacks extra damage on top of the last one. In that regard, they are more comparable to low damage grenades, which just keep on exploding all the time. And as you see, just throwing in a handful of poison capsules before making a swift retreat fully takes down the behemoth worms. And without the worms present, going in for the kill is easy as 1, 2, 3. After we quickly explore the far side of the peninsula and discover 2 hidden biter expansions there, we set up another base camp here between these 3 biter nests. We can tag them with poison one after the other to give the poison the time it needs to do its dirty magic, before we do a second loop to go in for the kill. The first expansion is only worms though, so we won't need to come back here to finish the job. Now, I wouldn't say this method is strictly better than the conventional bullets only approach we've been doing. The biter bases are immune to the poison, so they will be spawning many more enemies while we wait for the poison to take down the worms. So while the poison strategy makes the attack much safer than before, it also makes the attack more expensive than before. Fortunately, we are about to make all attacks a little cheaper and safer, as we finally complete the next level of bullet damage. However, out of all the levels, this is the most underwhelming one for its significant cost though, and it's also the one and only upgrade we can get in the blue science era. Those 2 factors made it not worth it for me to pursue this upgrade earlier. Meh, while the execution was a bit sloppy, I take it the poison concept is proven to work. And just like that, the game awards us with another achievement. Construct more machines using robot than manually. Well, I guess for this playthrough it should read, construct more pipes using robot than manually. Anyway, let's showcase the new and shiny Bully Damage 5 upgrade. The pre-armor damage on our bullets has increased from 20 to 26, which is barely significant really. The damage on the behemoth biters has gone up from 8 to 13 per bullet though, and while over 50% increase sounds like a lot, it doesn't kill them all that much faster to have a significant influence on the outcome of the battle, and the saved ammo costs need to be severely paid for upfront by a whopping 500 each of red, green, military and blue science packs. Plus, it requires you to make a whole new and complicated type of science pack just to get a single available upgrade. At least military science had 2 upgrades available. Now, level 6 and beyond are more expensive still, but at least those tags have a much greater individual effect than level 5. Heck, even the measly 10% damage boost of level 1 arguably is a stronger upgrade than level 5, as it single-handedly reduces your ammo cost against small biters by 25%, and it doubles your damage output against medium biters. Quite a big deal in the early game, when everything is still very expensive. Okay, rant complete. I hope I had some entertaining footage to show while I was going on and on about this. Wait, what was I doing again? Oh right, I was exterminating biters. I must say that this whole process makes the biters feel a little on edge, if you catch my drift. Anyway, once we reach the waterfront, we place some solar powered radars to reveal some more land. Almost all of the previously generated land has meanwhile been settled by biters, but I betcha that we are generating a bunch of new, unsettled chunks again by walking around deep on this peninsula all the time. Anyway, we saved the hardest attack for last. We are up against our island's final boss, a heavily behemoth-wormed, double biter expansion in a strategic lakeside forest location, forcing us to assault them head-on. Let's see how it goes. Phew, what a battle. Now all that's left to do is to take out our friendly neighborhood biters next to the oil. I am almost sad to take them out, but we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do. And what we gotta do is to get rid of all those dangerous expansion circles. Meanwhile, almost all green circles have turned red, which means our anti-expansion pie blobs slowly start to lose their function. If all chunks are red, no chunks are. So we must just get rid of them altogether. Also, you may notice we just got the achievement Solaris. Produce 10 gigajoules by using only solar power. We got that one because we decided to phase out steam power completely, opting to just let the whole base die down during the nights, saving even more coal and even more pollution. But even that drastic measure couldn't save us forever, and as we finally get back to the base, we see a lot of idle furnaces due to the coal shortage. Also, the stone brick buffer has been completely depleted. We've got our next tasks cut out for us. So we lay down a quick 1 yellow belt coal mine. But it doesn't start up just yet, because it's night. And like I mentioned, we are running on pure solar power without accumulators at the moment, so the nights are eerily quiet. The effect on the base's pollution output certainly is visible on the map though. And as the morning comes, the coal mines slowly spring into action. And our coal problems soon are solved. We also quickly put up a couple stone brick furnaces to keep a trickle of military signs going. Now that we have sufficient coal incoming again, we can re-enable the steam power during the nights, so our base works like a normal base again. We then head back to the coal mine to solve the problem once and for all, extracting a full red belt of coal for the rest of the game. Coal crisis averted. But now the expansion chunk crisis begins. After the time pressure of the rocket launch achievement fell off my shoulders, I have been wasting way too much time trying to build needlessly neat bases and doing other kinds of OCD related stuff. Kinda forgetting that I'm still under some kind of time pressure with the biters running out of expansion locations outside of my base. A handful of unlucky expansions still could mean the end of the playthrough right now. Maybe it's already too late. The alert sounds are ringing as biters have entered my base and are destroying my infrastructure. That sizable group is definitely not a pollution-based attack, so I guess these guys are going to make a biter expansion somewhere in or near my base. Let's follow them and see what happens. Fortunately, they seem to be able to pathfind around my solar field instead of chewing straight through. As well as around my iron mine. Well, these guys are on quite the trip, aren't they? Soon I will lose the ability to follow them as they will start to traverse through dense biter expansions. I try to run around, but they're already out of sight. I'm curious though, so we save and use a command to reveal the map. And whoa, that's where you are expanding to? Man, these guys originated here, traveled halfway across the world, through my actual base where they vandalized a bunch of stuff, and then traveled back halfway across the world, just to settle a stone's throw away from their spawn point. Just wow. Anyway, the damage may look bad, but we have bots now. We can repair any damage with the click of a button. Well, as long as the damage doesn't involve a full chest of blue chips getting destroyed. But now I'm paranoid, so I prepare this turret welcome party in case any other biter expansion groups wants to stop by for a fun night out. Anyway, through all this you may have caught a glimpse of some yellow and purple science assemblers. And that's indeed what we've been working on. As here we've built the blue chips, the low density structures and the whole bot frame chain of ingredients. Let's switch it all on. And it's a success! All three of the ingredients are backing up on these belts. Now that we are starting with the late game science packs though, we are going to need that extra copper we skipped earlier. And soon enough we've got 4 belts of copper coming up. We still haven't started making yellow signs yet though, as we can use its ingredients for plenty of other useful stuff first. Like the 100 productivity module 2s, which we can use for both the labs and the late game science pack assemblers. Soon enough though, we have 8 productivity module 2s ready, and we are ready to start producing the yellow science pack, and with it all the glorious new technologies and upgrades it unlocks. But we won't connect it to the labs just yet until also they have been upgraded with the productivity module 2s. So once the modules are ready, we do just that. And then we can connect the yellow and purple science pack belt to the labs. Well, off cam apparently, like a true professional. Anyway, we then complete the ingredients for the final pre-rocket science pack. Even though we don't really have the resource flow to run purple science just yet, but even a slow trickle will be enough to get a few of the crucial purple techs. With the base and mines producing in full force now, pollution is raging pretty hard on the map. All our previously separated pollution fields now are connected, and despite our war efforts, the red cloud still isn't too far away from the nearest biter bases. Anyway, now we also have purple signs set up, we definitely need some better brick baking. And as we are finally making electric furnaces now as a purple science ingredient, we may as well snatch 12 of those to do the job. Then we return back to our OG assembler area, where we're making a whole bunch of seemingly random, but actually carefully calculated amount of modules in all 3 colors of the Factorio rainbow, for some very specific purposes. With those purposes in mind, it is time to connect yellow and purple signs to the labs. And as we select the first few researchers, we can slowly start to transform our thinking about the biter problem in a whole new and exciting way. Next time!